The fox was simply looking for some food. All it had to do was cross this busy road. But what the fox did not know was that it would end up at the other side of the road with an uninvited guest. The fox's heart began to race. It didn't know how to escape this situation, but the tiger kept coming closer and closer. This is one of those rare moments when even a clever fox cannot escape death. A red fox was walking in the forest. The sun was shining through the trees and the birds were singing. The fox was completely relaxed until it saw a mouse running away from it. The fox started chasing the mouse across the forest. The chase lasted quite a while and the fox was just about ready to give up. Then the fox noticed a busy road nearby. The mouse had disappeared into a hole underneath the road. The fox knew there was no way the mouse would come out on the other side of the road. So the fox decided to cross the road and see if he could find the mouse on the other side. As the fox walked along the road, he suddenly realized that this was a very busy road. Cars were passing by every few seconds. The loud noises scared the poor fox. He wanted to go back, but there was a line of cars coming in the opposite direction. The fox knew he couldn't turn around, so he had to keep moving forward. To make things worse, the engine noises made it difficult for the fox to hear anything else. So when the mouse started squeaking behind him, the fox didn't hear it. After crossing the road, the fox finally noticed how beautiful this part of the forest was. The trees here seemed much taller than the ones he had seen before, and they were so close to each other that they formed a tunnel above his head. The sunlight that shone through the tiny gaps between the leaves looked like scattered diamonds. The fox was so mesmerized by all the beauty around him that he didn't notice the tiger following him. The tiger had been hiding in the bushes near the road and had watched the frightened fox crossing the busy street. The tiger thought it would be funny to scare the fox, so it started following him into the beautiful part of the forest. The fox finally noticed the tiger. When it was too late, the tiger pounced. The fox screamed in terror, but the tiger only pinned it down gently. The tiger was toying with the fox, trying to figure out if it should eat the fox right away or play with it some more. In the meantime, the fox tried its best to free itself from the tiger's paws. It kicked and scratched, but the tiger kept holding on tight. The fox's mind raced. It was thinking of any possible way to get out of this deadly situation. Suddenly, the fox remembered what its mother had told it. Foxes have two lives. The first one, when they are born, and the second one, when they need it the most. It was now or never. The fox took a deep breath, closed its eyes, and started praying. "Dear God, please save me from this big bad tiger." As soon as the prayer left the fox's mouth, the tiger suddenly got scared. The big cat froze for a moment, though the tiger couldn't explain why. It just didn't feel like eating the fox anymore. Instead, the tiger got up and started walking away. The fox was overjoyed. It had survived. The tiger was already far away when the fox got up, quickly ran to the nearest tree and climbed up to hide. Once it was safe, the fox started thinking about what had happened. Why did the tiger suddenly leave? Did it lose interest in eating the fox? Or was there something else? The fox didn't have an answer for any of these questions, but it was very grateful for whatever reason the tiger had left. From that day on, the fox never forgot the lesson its mother taught it. Whenever the fox felt like it was in danger, it would pray to God. Sometimes its prayers were answered, and sometimes they weren't. But the fox always believed that as long as it had faith, it would be okay in the end. Years passed, and the wise old fox was still living in the forest. One day, the fox was sitting under his favorite tree when it heard a loud roar. The fox knew that sound well. It was the same sound that the tiger had made all those years ago. Could it be? No, tigers don't live this far north. The forest was too cold for them. Still, the fox couldn't shake off the feeling that something was wrong. It got up and started walking towards the direction the roar had come from. The fox soon came across a group of animals standing by the lake. They all looked very worried. "What's wrong?" the fox asked. A deer stepped forward. "We don't want to scare you, Mr. Fox, but there's a tiger in the forest. It's already killed 2 of our friends, and we're afraid it might come after us next." The fox couldn't believe what he was hearing. There was a tiger in the forest, and it had already killed 2 animals. The fox knew he had to do something. The fox called all the animals together. "Everyone, I know we're all scared of the tiger, but we can't just give up. We have to do something to defend ourselves. If we don't, the tiger will keep hunting us down." The animals agreed. They all knew the fox was right, but they didn't know what to do. The fox had an idea. but it was a risky one. "I'll go find the tiger and distract it. That way you all have time to run away," the fox said. The animals were very grateful to the fox, but they were also very worried. They knew that the fox was brave, but it was just one fox against a tiger. What chance did it have? The fox had already found the tiger. It was hiding in the bushes, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The fox knew it couldn't fight the tiger, so it had to use its brain. The fox started making loud noises, and the tiger got out of the bushes. It had been resting and was ready to kill the fox. But then it noticed that the fox wasn't running away. It was making all kinds of funny faces and gestures. The fox kept distracting the tiger and slowly started to lead it away from the forest. The tiger didn't realize what the fox was up to, but it followed anyway. Meanwhile, the other animals had managed to run away. They had followed the fox's plan and were now safe for the time being. The tiger and the fox were now far away from the other animals. The fox knew it had to do something quickly. It stopped and turned around. Finally, the tiger understood what the fox was trying to do. It was buying time, but the tiger didn't care. It had already decided to kill the fox. The chase continued, and the fox kept trying to distract the tiger. It made all sorts of weird sounds and even pretended to be sick. But the tiger wasn't having any of it. After a while, the fox tripped over a tree root and fell on the ground. The tiger was now just a few steps away from the fox. This was the end. The tiger pounced. At the last moment, the fox closed its eyes. But instead of feeling sharp teeth and claws, the fox felt water on its face. The tiger had sprayed water on the fox. The big cat had enough. It was tired of playing games. It wanted to eat. The tiger picked up the fox in its mouth and started to eat it. The fox screamed, but it wasn't a scream of pain. It was a scream of happiness. The fox had bought time. Now the other animals could find another place to live, and the tiger would be gone. Maybe it was because of all the commotion, or maybe it was because it hadn't eaten in a while, but the tiger felt suddenly ill. It threw up the fox, which landed on its feet, and ran away as fast as it could. The tiger let out a final roar, then collapsed on the ground and died. The other animals came out of their hiding places. They were very happy to see that the fox was alive. The deer approached the fox and said, "Mr. Fox, thank you for saving us. What would we do without you?" The fox smiled. "You don't have to thank me. I was only doing what I had to do." From that day on, the fox became a hero of the forest. The other animals respected and admired it. And the fox was happy because it knew it had done the right thing. This story teaches us that sometimes we have to take risks. We don't know what might happen. Sometimes the things we fear most turn out to be the best thing for us in the end. If the fox had not been willing to risk its life, the other animals would have been killed by the tiger. The tiger was only looking for food. The tiger had already killed 2 of the animals, but it had been hungry and desperate. The fox risked its life to save the others. The fox was smart and brave. It knew that it couldn't fight the tiger, so it used its brain instead. The fox was able to distract the tiger long enough to buy time for the other animals. The fox is a true hero.